What is up, guys? My name is Taylor, and this is a game of High Roller gun game on Nuketown. And not going to be talking too much about the gameplay today, mainly because there's something else that I want to talk about. And if you couldn't guess by the title, it is about college life. And I understand there's a bit of difference in the terminology between what we here in the U.S. call college and what you blokes across the pond call college, or whatever you want to call yourself. I don't know. I'm talking about college, or as in university, like what you do after high school. I'm pretty sure that in like the UK, they call what's high school here college, and so don't be confused by that. Anyway, let's move past that. Woody just put out a video about college life and the big changes, and there was some really good advice in there, and I even just did a commentary a few minutes ago and got it all rendered out, finished it up. I was going to upload it today, and then I figured I would rather talk about this topic and upload it and save that other one for another day. But anyway, Woody gave some very good advice. Don't be turned off by the title. It's just a complete joke. We're good friends, so don't be spazzing out, boys. But as we all know, Woody's a pretty old guy. If I'm not mistaken, he majored in archery and blacksmithing when he was in college, and that's fine. Those are some really good tricks of the trade. You got to know how to make chainmail and swords, and that's very important for waging large battles in the field over pasture and women. But anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, he had some really good advice, and I'm just going to kind of capitalize on a few things that I think are really important for college. Firstly, let's touch a little bit on the academic side. And bear with me, I know a lot of you aren't going to be interested in this, but high school academics is not difficult as a whole. I was at a very prestigious high school. Or prestigious, or whatever you want to say, I don't really care. I went to a very good high school, a lot of very difficult work, and even that wasn't too difficult. I could walk in to class, having not done my homework, take a test, and still do well, because that's how high school tests are. It's not that difficult. And no matter how difficult you think your high school is, you're like, oh, well, we get 5 hours of homework a night. Or, oh, we have tests all the time. I guarantee you that your high school is not as difficult as college, and it's just not going to be. There's nothing wrong with that. It's not a put down. That's not a you don't know the things that I've seen thing, but I guess it kind of is, but whatever. The more selective the level of education, the more difficult the tests, the exams, the grades, the homework, and you just got to take the good with the bad. And I go to a very large school, and it's difficult. It's weird to kind of get acclimated to a school of 25,000 people when I had been going to a high school with a graduating class of like 150, it's like, no, that's a dumb analogy. I'm not even going to say that. I'll spare you guys that ridiculousness, but anyway. First thing about academics, and pretty much the only thing, I don't want to dwell on it too much, is that in high school you get a lot of cushion points. You get a lot of quiz points, you get a lot of homework points, you get a lot of paper points. You get a lot of small assignment points that really help to boost your grade in the end because they're easy A's. In college, you don't get that. Your only grades are your tests for the most part. In almost every class that I've had this semester so far, my only grades have been my tests and maybe a large project here or there. But for the most part, there is very, very little cushion grade. There's not very much you can do to bring your grade back up if you bomb a test. So word to the wise, study very, very diligently for your tests. Don't put it off to the last minute, because no matter how smart you are, it's going to catch up to you in the end. And it's really difficult to kind of get into the habit of forcing yourself to do homework that's not necessarily due. Like in high school, they would say read chapter 5 and summarize it for tomorrow. For college, they say read chapters 5 through 10, test is 3 weeks from now. That's what they'll say, and that's what you'll have to do. That nobody's holding you accountable. Nobody cares if you do it or not, because you're the person who has to look at your grade at the end of the semester and go, well, crap, I failed. But hopefully you don't. Anyway, let's not talk about homework anymore. It's putting me in a bad mood. But about social stuff, as far as like drinking and drugs and parties, it all depends on the person. There are people I know who smoke weed and drink pretty often, like every weekend. And they do fine in school. And you know what? Good for them. That's good that they can keep their priorities straight and not get too out of hand. As far as drinking and like weed goes, I don't have a problem with either. As long as you're responsible, I see no issue with it at all. But, there's a fine line. Well, actually, no. It's a pretty giant, big, thick line between being responsible and being a complete burnout drunk who just doesn't do his homework. But Anyway, so it's all personal. I don't know you guys individually, so use some discretion. If you have a lot of difficulties with self-control, then don't be going out and getting smashed every night. Try and use some discretion, and if you are one who can have a drink or two on a Friday night and then sit down Saturday and study for a test the next Monday, then good for you. That's a very valuable asset in college. But that's the end of this. If you have any questions, oh perfect, just as my heater starts up with that annoying hissing sound. But if you have any questions, leave it in the comments. I would really appreciate a rating and a comment from you guys. I try and keep you guys involved, and I really appreciate getting your feedback. Thank you guys very much, and I will chat with you later.